What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. As always, I appreciate you for joining me here. Hope that you had a good Monday and are ready for Tuesday. Let's take a look at this Tuesday. Sun at 7 degrees, spiritual degree in Virgo. So a lot of spiritual purification. Definitely cleaning things up. There's definitely the background of the sun in Virgo that is about that critical organization of our realities, of our day-to-day lives, our routines. With a moon here in Libra, again, we're still in that place of dealing with how we feel about the relationships in our life, what we form relationships to, finding that beauty, the balance. And with Venus here in Leo, the dispositor of the moon, the dispositor of the North Node, it's a big deal. And that Venus is gearing up for another yod, the final yod that we've been seeing, that we're about to go through for the next couple days. Venus is very important, especially today, because it disposits the North Node, which is still with Uranus, and at 15 degrees. So that node, these nodes being at this 15 degree mark is a big deal too, because they're making semi-squares to 0 Cancer and 0 Capricorn. So there is this like heavy energy right now the collective's going through, dealing with our values, and Venus is right there, and the moon's making a nice sextile to that Venus. So I just think that really today, the equilibrium and the balance that we're looking for, the aesthetic of life that's going to purify and give us a sharper look at things, comes through our hearts, comes through our self-love, it comes through the relationships that mirror this in a very positive way in our lives. Anything that's not showing up with a good reflection of love right now, it's out of alignment. And we have to be serious about that. And I think that that's where, we start to see some of the Capricorn stuff play in, and Moon trine Saturn today is that, the only way to justify and find the balance is to make decisions based on the relationships that are showing that reflection, based on the things in life, the value, the money aspect, just the physicality of life right now. If it's in alignment, it has that kind of staying power. And it's like, you got to make decisions for what has it and what doesn't have it, and just be honest. And of course, Mars in Gemini is going to come to 6 degrees. And, it wants honesty and truth, but it also wants to debate and stay curious. And I think that that's still a high priority here, is how can we have the curiousness, but still have sort of a defining force in our life to make the justified decisions, to make things happen. And I think it all shows where we're putting our time and effort with Saturn and the moon in trine. Are we putting our time and effort and our emotion into really beautiful things, or not very beautiful things? And Mercury is quincunx over to Neptune. Oh, yeah. I think that's 4 degrees. No, yeah, I was like, that's not 24. I just saw the 4 and got ahead of myself. Anyways, it is making that trine over to Mars. So, not the yap transit, but definitely, the speak up for ourselves transit. I mean, Mercury is a little passive in Libra, to be honest, and it's in shadow, getting ready for its retrograde. But I would say that the trine to Mars is definitely giving us an ability to speak up when we need to, especially with Mars being in Gemini, where Mercury does disposit it. So, it's definitely a day of conversation. I think that we're feeling where things are really not in order. They're not balanced. And we're at a place, especially today and tomorrow, and I would say even maybe a little bit Thursday. So really the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here, there's a really, big magnifying glass on our self-love. And it's a reflection of what we're getting back from the things that we build relationships to. Now, I say that because it's not necessarily always a person. It's the things we do. It's what, we have a relationship to a lot of things in life. There's a purification process right now, because really your heart knows, and if you're having fun or if you're in full enjoyment of the situation or not. And I think we all have to kind of ask ourselves and be serious right now, spiritually, especially today, and be like, is this serving the things in life that are going to bring me more love? Is this serving myself in a loving, healthy manner? And sometimes we might have to sit with ourselves and figure that out. And I think today, instead of stressing or overthinking things, it'll be much more easy to purify, if you will, and to balance things out if we're coming from the heart. And if we're really checking in with our personal lives and being like, yes, this is a fit, this is not a fit, this is working, this is not working. But overall, I think that today's a good day for communication in many ways. It's a good day to go back and forth. It's a good day for debate. It's a good day to see the other side of things. So there definitely could be a lot of conversations, a lot of talking. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to, blow things up or end things, but it is weird having the quincunx over to Uranus from the moon, where we're in this sort of, it feels kind of picky in unusual ways. Like, I feel like that would be where people will be a little picky, a little weird in debate or conversation if things aren't going their way. But I think people also need to make sure that they can handle and like they're not going to judge the other situation in life if it is going a different way. And I think the conversation just needs to be had and come out. And that's where I think ultimately we make some good changes, is by having those talks, hearing those other sides, not judging the situation, not stressing about things, not being too much in our mind, but speaking from the heart and speaking from the direction of life that is leading us to the curiosity that we are looking for. And with Mars in sextile to Jupiter, and with Mercury getting ready to oppose that Jupiter this week as well, I think it's bringing a lot more of that sort of, it's widening the scope. Like, we don't want to be too narrow banded. We don't want to be too, this is the way. We want to be able to see there's other options out there. There's other ways. There's other ways to believe. There's just different ways to go about things right now. So don't get fixated on anything. As much as we may want to be, or hold on to the ideal, I think that we have to be able to really be hermetic. We have to really be able to see both sides of the story, have solid debate, have solid understanding, but also the value is so important. And knowing your value will justify any debate, whether it needs to be had and there needs to be more talk on the situation to get a better understanding, or if you just know that this isn't feeling like what I want to keep opening up, or this story it's finished. Maybe we finish some stories today. Maybe we start some stories today. As long as you're curious and open to possibilities and leading with your heart and leading with the value that your heart has, you're going to have a very good day. And I think that you'll get a lot done. I think there's a lot in the chart that wants to handle business today in a more positive manner, I would say. But it is our higher mind Jupiter and our lower mind Mercury, if you will. Right brain, left brain is a better way to put it, that are at odds with each other. So we're having to find the balance between that just linear understanding of what's actually happening and be, critical of what's real, but not in a mean, judgy way. But then we also have to believe that there's other possibilities out there if we're willing to kind of take the action to try something and switch things up in a way that maybe feels a little uncomfortable or odd, but it's actually where the value lies. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Hope you all have a lovely Tuesday. I think this Venus yod's going to have some breakthroughs. I do. It's the final yod that we get for a while, and it's very faded. And I think it's going to show us, something very crucial in our lives. That's going to lead to kind of almost feel like that pot of gold we've been looking for. But you're going to have to find it for yourself. I don't think it's just going to show up. I think it's the curiosity to look somewhere you haven't looked. Two of Pentacles in reverse, maybe getting out of that limbo situation, getting out of, the way out, because we are choosing value. And it's coming from the heart, and not so much the mental place, but it is that heart that's going to lead us to the realness and the substance. The World card reversed. It's funny. I feel like we can think too, like, oh yeah, we finally made it to a completion moment. Like I made the decision finally, and it's like, no, 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 we're not done yet. We got a cycle, you know. So it always keeps going. It's always gonna go. There's always gonna be cycles, ups, downs, endings, beginnings, beginnings, endings. So I think realizing that that is the world we live in, and it's okay that you made your choice. It's not the end all be all. It's not going to make the world crash down either way. It's not going to make the world a perfect, amazing place either. Just gotta keep keep going through the cycles. And the Two of Swords reversed. I don't know. It's funny getting the two of coins and the Two of Swords reversed. I just feel like we're actually ready to kind of like we're ready to make that call in our life. And it's interesting getting the World card reversed too, because I feel like this is sort of a karmic moment that we're stepping into where it's like, damn, I probably could have made this call a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. But I'm tired of scuffling with myself in my own head. And I know what's best, and I'm doing it. Love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday, and I'll see you all for Wednesday's horoscope tomorrow. Much love. Peace.